Climb ups suck, and they're not the most fun to work on, but they're super important, and they take a lot of work. We're gonna focus on 3 levels of climb up. There's a 4th and a 5th level, but the more important, more functional, more attainable climb ups are gonna be level 1, 2, and 3. The climb up is one of the hardest things in parkour. It's very similar to a muscle up. It's involving both technique and strength. First things first is just being in a cat hang and developing the strength to be able to hold on within your hands. It's this kind of a strength versus a grippy strength. Even just being able to hang in a cat hang requires strength to hold on to the wall. If you cannot hold on to the wall, you're not going to be able to pull to get yourself on top of the wall with the climb up. With the cat hang, your feet are going to be together, your knees are going to be open, your arms are going to be straight, hanging on the wall. The idea behind the cat hang is that I am close enough to the wall that I'm able to have as much positive grip as possible in my hands so that I can get a good pull, but also able to use my legs. 100% positive grip is me all the way up against the wall. As I start to move back from the wall, I start to have negative grip and I can slip out. With my feet on the wall in that cat hang position, my grip does become less. The closer I can get to the wall in that cat hang, the more grip I'm gonna have. Butt nice and close to my heels. I don't wanna be out here because I'll start to slip out. My feet are gonna be about the same level as my butt. If they start to get too low, then my feet will slip down. And if they start to be too high, then I risk peeling out with my hands. So finding that balance, which again is about feet at hip level, butt level, feet together, knees open. The opening of the knees allows me to bring my butt closer to my heels, which gets me closer to the wall, giving me that more positive grip. Together, I'm a little bit further away from the wall. As I open my knees, I'm able to sink into the wall better, which gives me better grip here. And again, just being able to hang out in this cat hang position starts to strengthen the grip so that I'll be able to pull. First progression in building strength for the climb up is just being able to hang out in that cat hang. Once you're able to hold that cat hang and have enough strength in the hands, you want to start to add a pull. Couple things that are important with the pull. If my feet are in the good location, they won't slip and I'm able to push them into the wall so that I'm able to add a pull. So if my feet are too low, when I go to pull, they're just gonna slip out. I wanna be able to make sure that my feet are in a position that I can put a perpendicular force into the wall. Even though I'm pulling with my arms, if I don't have good foot contact and I'm not pushing my feet down and in, I'm just gonna slide down with my feet. So as I'm adding that pull, I have to also be aware of good foot contact. The next progression is the cat hang pull up. I'm gonna be in that cat hang, make sure my feet are in a good position as I'm pushing them down and in, and I'm gonna add a little pull to my chest. So I push my feet down and in as I pull to my chest. If I don't have good contact with my feet, they're just gonna slide down as I pull. Again, making sure to really push down and in. The next progression is focusing on that feet contact. I'm not gonna be pulling anymore. This is gonna be more grip strength in the hand to hold on. As I push my butt out by pushing my feet down and in, I'm gonna be pulling off of the wall, which is gonna put stress on that grip within my hands because I'm starting to get more negative grip. This progression is about understanding foot contact and the direction I'm pushing my feet, and also building the strength to hold on as I have less positive grip. So as I get out here, I'm having to really hold on with my fingers, but I'm starting to understand how I push my feet down and in, as opposed to just down. A common mistake that we see is that people push their feet down as opposed to down and in. And part of that is because they don't have enough grip strength in their fingers to hold on to the wall. So as they push down and in and their body moves away from the wall, they're risking peeling out. pulling back to just doing that cat hang, even just hanging on the wall, and then progressing to doing a cat hang, getting my butt nice and close to the wall, going into the pull, and then adding the push. We then want to combine the pulling with the pushing. So pulling with our arms as we push with our feet, making sure that we're having good foot contact, driving our feet down and in. When doing the climb up, you're trying to get your chest over top of the box. So when we're doing the pull, make sure you're pulling to your chest. As I do this, I'm pulling to my chest. My feet push out as I pull in, so I'm almost making this arc of going out and then over top with my chest. Out, back to in, over top with my chest. I'm not just pulling to get my head above. I want to try to pull to my chest. Ultimately, if I can get my chest over top of the box, I'm going to stay on top because my upper body counterbalances the weight of my lower body. Level 1 climb up is also called a struggle up. It's basically just getting from that cat hang on top of the wall, whatever you need to do. There's asymmetrical movement. It's not pretty, but just getting from here to on top of the wall is a feat in itself. The level 2 climb up is going to start to involve symmetry. You're going to be symmetrical as you do this, which is not only going to be safer on your joints, on your shoulders, but it's going to be more efficient. With the level 2 climb up, you're going from the cat hang, pulling to your chest over top on top of the box, going into your support position, up into that half cat and into that top out. If I can get my chest over top, I can basically just rest there. From there, I'm going to get into that support position and then top out. If I can get my chest on top, I can just stop because my weight is counterbalanced, and then I can get ready to go the rest of the way. So as long as I get my chest on top, I've pretty much made it on top. Transitioning from the level 2 to the level 3 climb up, you're going to involve more of a knee drive. The way we're going to practice that is having one foot on the wall, one foot on the ground. It's really important that that foot on the wall, again, is pushing down and in. Don't want to just push down. So to practice this, I'm going to be driving my knee, trying to kick myself in the face with my knee as I push my foot down and in and pull at the same time. So we're no longer pushing both feet into the wall and pulling. We're pushing one foot in as we drive one knee and pull. Again, also not. So really trying to drive the knee into my face. This is going to allow me to skip over that chest on top position. Once I get comfortable doing it from having my knee drive foot on the ground, I'm going to want to do it from that cat hang position. Once I'm in that cat hang position, I'm going to drop one knee without touching the floor, really push one foot into the wall as I pull and drive my knee. Once I drive that knee and I get to a certain level, I then need to switch my grip. So I need to go from being here to on top of the box. So the more explosive I can be with my knee drive as I'm on my way up and I'm not weighing anything, I can switch to getting my hands on top of the box into that support position. So I'm going to go from here, popping up to there. So you see my hands do a little shift. I'm here to there. The level 3 climb up, you're going right from the cat hang, skipping the chest being on top and going right into that support position, then to the top out. So you're skipping one step. Once you get to that support position, whether that's via a struggle up, via a level 2, or via that level 3, you're then going to go into your top out. You don't want to do all that work to get here and then have a sloppy, slow way of getting up. The top out is that last little piece of the climb up. I don't consider it a true climb up unless you do top out. The top out is not only about getting on top of the wall, but if I need to, getting on top of the wall and being able to immediately run out of it. With the top out, it's very similar to a Kong up, except instead of having both feet on the ground, getting my butt high, I have to get that butt height through pushing down and into the wall, very similar to that climb up, along with a heel drive. The heel drive is really important. You want to make sure you have taut muscles and you want to drive the heel. You don't want to bend your knee. If I'm bending my knee, I'm dispersing the power. So making sure that my muscles are taut, my muscles are tight, and I'm shortening my hamstring while driving my heel. That'll start to give you an explosive lift. I still want to achieve that butt floating sensation. The higher my butt is, the easier it is to get my feet on top. Also, the more I drive as my butt's on its way up, since it's my center of gravity, I don't weigh as much and it's easier to push the box away to get my feet on top. With the Kong up, feeling that butt floating sensation, my hands are on the box. I'm gonna be in that support position, elbows locked out, nice stacked joints, and I'm just gonna jump my butt in the air. I'm gonna jump and stick my butt back. So I jump, stick my butt out. You're generating power in the hips. So I'm not just jumping, but I'm actually jumping and sticking my butt back. I keep my feet underneath me. So I'm jumping, butt high in the air. It's not that action there. From there, as I jump my butt high, I then bring my knees to my chest. If my butt's on its way up and I don't weigh anything and it's floating, as I drive my knees to my chest, if I really drive them, I need to be careful because I could topple over. So I want to make sure I'm good control in my hands. I'm going to push the box away to get my feet on top. If I put my hands further out, I have less risk of hitting my shins. I'm leaving more space for my feet. But also, as I jump my butt, if my hands are way out here, as I jump my butt up, I'm already kind of over top of the box, so there's less risk of me hitting here. So as I'm practicing this, putting my hands out further, jumping my butt up, bringing my knees to my chest, and then pushing the box away to end up on top. One of the exercises we do to help gain strength through the hips and that core is the half cat. The half cat, feet on the wall, butt nice and high, engaging your core. That's going to build strength here so that as I go to jump my butt in the air and I push back, I have the strength to engage my core and hold that position. It makes it more explosive, which is going to make it easier to get on top. With the top out, we're going to start to remove our feet from the ground because with the climb up, we're higher on the box and our feet are on the wall. So we can start with one foot on the wall, practicing that down and in position, while my other foot is going to heel drive. I'm utilizing the ground still. What I'm really looking at practicing is that heel drive, and then once I get some lift, going into that half cat position by pushing my butt back, engaging that core. So arms on, foot on, heel drive, butt back. Still trying to achieve that sensation of floating. Foot on the wall, utilizing the ground as well. Heel driving, sticking my butt back by engaging those muscles that we were strengthening in this half cat. Doing this on a flat wall is going to be harder, so the next progression would be to find an angled wall. The more angled the wall is, the easier, because now I have good foot contact. The foot contact is the most important. If my foot's on the wall and I go to heel drive and it slips, I risk not getting butt high enough and falling and shinning or falling on my face. So as you practice this, looking to find a box that is angled. The next progression, and to basically build more comfortability with this movement, is going to be on a more angled box. The angle is going to allow me to have really good foot contact, so I don't have to worry about that as much. I can focus on my heel drive, and then now I can start to add that knees to chest and then push on the box to get my feet on top. First, we just start with the heel drive, getting comfortable heel driving and then sticking my butt in the air. From there, I'm going to heel drive, stick my butt in the air, bring my knees to my chest. Again, achieving that sensation of floating. From there, we're gonna then push the box away, end up on top. Once you get comfortable on a flat wall on a big surface, you wanna move to a flat wall on a skinnier surface, just to get comfortable with where I'm putting my feet. Again, on the bigger wall, I can extend my hands out a little bit further so I have more space, but that's not always the case on a thin wall, so I have to be in more control.